Alright guys, this is the second layer, or the second coat of body filler, and it's looking pretty decent. The first layer was basically just to fill, the deeper holes in the gaps in the welds. And I'm just using cheapo Bondo body filler. It's 20 bucks, $17 at Walmart. If I would advise anything for you to learn while you're body fillering is to get one of these files. Walmart sells them as well. They're called a Bondo file. It basically looks like a cheese grater, and that's what they are commonly called, sorry. But basically, while it's drying, you want to hit it when it's like 3/4 of the way dry. And basically what you do is you just sit there and you use the cheese grater and shape it, because this stuff is a bear to sand, just like using sandpaper, because it'll take you, a half hour to get through a little bit. And this will save you tons and tons of time, because sanding is annoying and buying sandpaper is costly. And basically what happens is you get these little shavings like here on the ground, because I used the cheese grater on the first layer to kind of get it real good. And some more advice is to spread it out pretty far. I know that this is I'm going over the paint here. This is actually Rhino liner, aka bed liner, but that's a whole other video. This truck is bed liner, by the way, so I'm not too crazy about perfect body lines, but those of you with nice paint jobs, you want to be careful and you want it to look good. So this is where you just take your time and slowly make sure it's perfect. Use the cheese grater, sand spots. Basically, close your eyes and just feel, and if you can feel anything, it's gonna show up in the paint. And I can already see spots that would show. You can even see the welding line. So basically that means I'm gonna have to go over that again after this all dries. And said and done, what you do between each coat is you just, actually this feels like I'm just giving a lesson on doing body filler, but that's not what I want here. In between each coat, you sand, you cheese grate, and you wait till it dries and just hit another coat. And I would advise to just keep the coats thin, because I've spent hours sanding this stuff. But this, like I said, this truck is bed linered, and it's not gonna be perfect. I just don't want it to be rusty, because, everybody hates rust. So basically, I'm just gonna use the cheese grater, probably hit it with maybe 80 grit sandpaper, then go to 60, and then just bed liner it, because bed liner already has a gritty kind of substance to it. So I'm lucky, and I don't need perfect body lines, but those of you looking for them, really take your time and maybe seek, because you don't want the stuff showing up through your paint job. If you're gonna put all this work for it, you might as well take your time. So that's the updated progress, and basically I'm just gonna cheese grater it. I might even be able to show you here. No, it's still pretty wet. So, and if you do it when it's too wet, use the cheese grater, it will clog your cheese grater and wreck it, just an FYI. So, and there are different brands of body filler that do better than others and sand better. But like I said, I'm a cheapwad, and it is what it is. I'd rather spend money on other projects and so forth. So I'm all about just kind of getting the job done at minimal costs versus quality, of course. I mean, you want to factor that in always, but yeah, it is what it is. Not a finished product yet, but we're getting closer and closer. And if you want to check out the other side, it's actually from step one here, what I'm starting with. Basically, I line them up, screw them on, cut it out with the grinder, weld in some backer, weld it in, body filler, and you're good. It's actually a lot of work for what it is. And I weighed out buying a new box, but I couldn't find a rust-free box around here, and this probably is gonna cost me 60 bucks for the templates, and maybe $20 for the Bondo. So about 80 bucks versus probably the cheapest bed I could find around here in Minnesota was $500, and that still had rust. and to have it shipped from Texas, I was looking at around 1,000. So I don't know, I just had to weigh out certain things. So there's my fender from the deer I hit, long story short. But yeah, I redid the whole front end of this truck. It's all looking pretty sweet. It's lowered. I hit a deer with this truck the first day I got it on the road, so it was pretty embarrassing. But yeah, make sure to subscribe, check out more vids. I got tons of projects. I think I'm gonna buy a 67 Caprice, but that's yeah, this is just my channel. Make sure to like the vids, comment, subscribe, tell your buddies, whatever. Yeah, all right, cool.